Hello, everybody. Today we'll be talking about the many benefits of team coaching, what team coaching is, and how it can work for you and your organisation. At the end of the session, you will have the opportunity to ask any questions that you may have. We really value your opinion and want to bring you the resources that you need and that interest you. So just before we finish, you'll be asked to complete a short feedback survey, and we'd be really appreciative if you could take a few minutes to complete it. So, hi everybody, my name is Kerry Cooper and I am a coach and HR business partner within the Clover HR team. And today's webinar is brought to you by Clover Coaching, which is part of the Clover HR service offering. With nearly 20 years experience in HR and communications, I've seen how meaningful one-to-one conversations really help managers and employees to be more focused on the job in hand, achieve their goals, and be more engaged. Clover HR offers organisations coaching expertise, providing one-to-one and team coaching sessions with employees or managers, either in person or video call. So how do we do that? At Clover, we're trained coaches that use empathy, questioning and listening and coaching exercises with clients with techniques to discover what the real issues or beliefs about themselves are that give strength to their block or blocks and prevent them from achieving greatness. Coaching can be on an individual one-to-one basis between a client and the coach, or as a team with a coach facilitating a group's activities in a workshop setting. So what is coaching? In its simplest forms, coaching is a form of personal development that helps people identify and remove their blocks so they can achieve their potential. Once we have identified the blocks that are preventing our client from doing or achieving what they want or need, we develop a plan together with goals to overcome the blocks. We work through a series of exercises together to help the client understand themselves and their blocks better in order to challenge their current way of unhelpful thinking and self-limiting beliefs. We set goals to change unhelpful thinking and behaviours, and the client has tools to use between weekly sessions. Clients will have personal breakthroughs and can see themselves differently with greater perspective so that they can make changes and achieve their goals. New habits and ways of thinking are set in place, developing a positive can-do mindset and enable them to resolve any issues and make decisions better. At Clover Coaching, we're here for our clients emotionally, and our clients matter. We take a person-centered approach here at Clover throughout all of our services, and our services include HR business partnership, employability, and coaching and mentoring. So what is team coaching? Well, actually, it's the same as one-to-one coaching in terms of working through a series of personal development exercises together. And we help the team understand themselves better, and the team will collaboratively set goals to change and improve, and they'll be trained how to use tools to help them to achieve this. A difference with one-to-one coaching is that team coaching usually takes the form of a one-off single day or a half-day workshop instead of a weekly 50-minute session. The coach will write the content of the workshop and lead and facilitate the group's activities during the workshop. And if more than one session is needed, it can be built into the plan. We encourage the team members to open up and be vulnerable when discovering more about themselves and share any personal breakthroughs or realizations from the exercises with each other. We always ask for all participants to respect privacy and have a non-judgmental approach by agreeing to confidentiality before the session starts as a prerequisite. The planning process for team coaching is different to one-to-one coaching. Usually the leader or manager may have already identified the broad problem or problems facing the team and or the desired change. So there will be an expected outcome of the workshop, for example, improving collaboration, managing change, such as implementing a new system. The planning stage of team coaching will involve consultation with management to ensure that the coach can design the workshop to fit your needs, the culture of the organisation, and get exercises to the desired outcomes needed by the organisation. And that will include which techniques will be used and the roles and responsibilities of team participants. The outcome of the team coaching workshop is usually that the team collaboratively set and agree goals with each other and agree a specific plan of how they will be achieved, who is responsible and accountable, and for everyone to commit to the change and their role in it. Benefits of team coaching include address a team's problems and behaviours. So this might be, for example, poor communication, bad working relationships, low performance, gossiping. And another benefit of team coaching is that it can solve problems. So, for example, how do we become more customer centric? It also helps manage planned change, such as implementations of a new ERP system or another different way of working. There is better buy-in to change because the team as a collective are involved in the decision-making process and thus likely to be more accountable and make the change stick. What is important is that a nominated person in the organisation should be responsible for leading the focus on these changes after the workshop has ended. Team relationships are improved because they have a shared experience. Team coaching provides a supportive, non-judgmental environment for people to reflect and connect with each other, to have and share their learnings and personal breakthroughs. Because people are sharing personal thoughts and feelings, they are showing vulnerability, and this enables bonding between people within the team and to build trust, which has organisational benefits. So another aspect of team coaching is that it can also take the form of practicing mindfulness as a group. And actually, one of our clients ran a group meditation session after work. And the employees in that group found that they felt more relaxed, as if stress had been lifted, and they could breathe better. And this was done face-to-face prior to the pandemic. However, you could facilitate something similar by sharing a video content with the team, and they would collectively log in on their own and listen to the mindfulness meditation, follow it, and then afterwards share their experiences with the team. And another client ran a lunchtime meditation group, and that actually used an uplifting meditation with chanting. And the goal of that group was to actually be energized and feel ready to return to work after lunchtime and take on the rest of the day. We also supported a client to run a problem-solving session using meditation. So this was a mini workshop where there was a particular problem that needed to be solved, and the team were aware what that problem was, and they went into a meditation for 15 minutes and they thought about that particular problem. And then when they come out of the meditation, they had further time to actually write down what their solution was that they'd thought of, that they'd been able to focus on during their meditation, and then actually started contributing those solutions and putting together a plan in order to overcome the problem. Another technique that can be used as a team in more of a coaching workshop environment, but also during team meetings, is to use something called check-in and check-out. And this is within your meeting structure. So what this does is it helps the participants in the meeting, or the team members, whoever's in that meeting, to build trust, improve team working, and develop an understanding of how each person's feeling at the beginning and at the end of the session. And the benefit of checking out is that it ensures all questions and concerns and commitments are shared before finishing. So what happens is that before the meeting starts, before even you get into the agenda, you would go around the room and just give 20 seconds to each person at the meeting, and they just share how they're feeling at that moment in time. So they begin to open up and explain, and actually it really, really helps, because if there might be somebody within that group that has had a bad day so far and they're willing and open to share that, then it helps the rest of the the meeting attendees understand the mindset and perspective that that person's going through. And so what might previously have been interpreted as maybe antisocial behaviours, or maybe a presenter thought they were being ignored by that particular person, they would know that actually that person's got something going on in their lives that may be preoccupying them, or that's why they might be a bit quiet, for example. So it stops that wandering mind where in meetings it can get political because you think perhaps there might be a sub-agenda or the person's not paying attention. It just means that everybody's situation is brought out into the light to understand each other and build trust. And then after that process has happened, again, go on with your meeting as planned, and then keep time at the end to do the same thing, but checking out instead. So the focus is, how are you feeling now, having gone through that meeting, having been through these topics, having decided these actions, you know, and it's about feelings. And then that gives the opportunity for anybody to say, actually, I feel like I'm not sure about this. Could we just go through it again? Or could I have another meeting with such and such to just review that? Or if somebody's not on the same page or not actually committed to the outcome, there would be an expectation to raise that within the team meeting. And then that would avoid any inaction after the meeting's finished, because it should be that everybody's committed and clear to and agreed to the outcomes. Okay, so when we talk about resilience, we're talking about change, and all change causes anxiety, and the extent of the impact of this anxiety depends on how resilient a person is. And resilience can be simply defined as bouncing back. And we've delivered team coaching sessions where the focus has been on raising resilience. And during the pandemic, many people and businesses are planning for or undergoing change. And we've seen how important, we continue to see how important resilience is to fuel our recovery from the pandemic and challenge our perceptions to be more positive. And resilience is a learned skill. It's a behavior and a mindset. It's not something that we're born with. And so we can be coached in how to increase it and learn strategies and new habits to maintain these high levels of resilience. And at Clover HR, we actually use an assessment to measure how personally resilient a client is. And these assessment questions are thought-provoking, and they suggest ways that the person can develop their resilience. So this can be done on a one-to-one basis or within a facilitated team coaching workshop. So participants use the results to identify areas that can be improved to increase their resilience, and they create goals to achieve these changes through personal growth. And that's aligned to an assessment question or questions. So for example, one question is, to what extent does the respondent take any criticism personally? So that might be an area that the team member decides to focus on, or indeed it might be that the team as a whole decide to put in place an objective for change that links to one of those assessment questions. So Clover Coaching can provide this assessment tool during a team meeting or a team coaching workshop, and we can do that remotely or face-to-face. Some clients choose a team workshop and then they also follow up with each person individually, having a one-to-one coaching session afterwards to deep dive into their own personal results and to discuss one-to-one with their coach how they can remove their blocks and increase their resilience in a customized, meaningful way for them, so that they can achieve maximal benefit for themselves, personally, professionally, and for the organisation and for the team. And the assessment can be done as a one-off exercise, and it can also be used repeatedly as a comparison over time to track progress. And we also can compare how resilient we are against a benchmark of low, medium, and high resilience. So that actually puts into context the assessment results and makes more meaningful targets to increase levels. So now we've seen the benefits of team coaching. If you would like to discuss your needs, then please get in touch. Clover Coaching does provide a bespoke coaching service to support and grow your business through your people. And we'd be happy to talk through any questions that you might have, any ideas that you might have for team coaching sessions. You might have a specific business objective or a business change that's on the horizon, or it might be that you're in the thick of it now and you need support. That might be for your employees, your leaders, on a team basis or one-to-one. Okay, so we're now going to open up to your questions. Please raise your hand if you have any questions that you'd like to ask. And of course, as mentioned previously, we are available one-to-one by phone and email if you'd rather discuss on that basis. Okay, well, if anybody thinks of any questions or is watching this on YouTube, then please be sure to get in touch. For more interesting content and resources to support your business and your people, please check out our videos and our posts on social media and subscribe to our newsletter via our website, which you can see linked above. Our next coaching webinar is on the 10th of December at 11 o'clock, and you can register for it at cloverhr.co.uk/upcoming-webinars. We'll be discussing the power of psychometric assessment and coaching to drive performance. All of our webinars are recorded and can be replayed on the Clover HR YouTube channel. We really value your feedback, and that means that if we have your feedback, we can continue to bring you what you want to watch and bring you interesting and valuable webinars. And to help us do that, at the end of this webinar, there will be a very quick survey link. It will be a pop-up that will appear on your screen, and we would be very grateful if you could take the time to complete it. Well, thank you so much for your time and attention today. You can see us on the right here. This is our team at Clover HR. We'd be happy to discuss your needs. Please give us a call, send us an email, contact us on social if you would like to have a chat with any of us. Again, thank you so much for your time, and talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.